Hello, hello. I am so excited. Today is Monday. We are jumping into this challenge. I am, again, super excited that you are here with me. And let's just dive right into it because I know you're busy, I'm busy, and I don't want to be filling this video or upcoming videos with a bunch of fluff. So let's hop to it. So first thing first that I really want you to understand is if you are in this challenge, if you are feeling lost, you're not understanding all of these feelings of guilt, resentment, anger, frustration, and you are just feeling lost and annoyed with life because maybe you are resenting, just where life is right now. You love the fact that you have children. You love your children, of course, so, so much. But then on the other hand, you're also missing who you were before your kids. You're missing what you used to be able to do. You're missing the amount of time you got to spend with your horses. You're missing that freedom. You're missing almost everything. And you don't know how to navigate all of those big, ugly emotions and then the guilt that follows them, right? Because the guilt is going to follow. I know that. And I know that because I went through all of this. Before I had my kids, I was working on the farm here. I was doing a man's job every single day. We were working very long hours. I am physically strong, feeling mentally and emotionally strong, and really putting my whole heart and soul into what we were doing every single day. I was able to ride whenever, of course, during the farm, sometimes farm comes first, but I was able to ride as much as I wanted. I could go to jackpots, I could go to practices, nothing was really holding me back. And I felt, that I was finally becoming who I wanted to be. And then I have kids. And while I was ecstatic about, being pregnant, becoming a mom, loving my children more than my life itself, I soon found myself dealing with postpartum depression. I found myself feeling really lost because horses have always been my sanctuary. They have always been what has kept me grounded, kept me feeling sane, and giving me that time. Like horses are kind of my church, my Sunday morning church, but whenever I ride. And they were letting me process and heal myself, and they were just my safe place. And when you don't get out there as much, all of a sudden, I was feeling just lost and confused and sad and depressed and angry and resentful. You name it, I felt it. That is not a fun place to be. I suffered for it. My spouse suffered for it. Our farm family suffered for it. Nobody was winning. Nobody was winning. And it took a long time for me to really recognize that I needed to take action and I needed to do something about this, because me feeling sad and angry and depressed and resentful, that of course isn't going to do anything. It's not going to change anything. And it's making me stuck, literally stuck, because I don't want to say wallowing in self-pity, because that makes me feel like that was something wrong. At the time, I was doing what I could. And that doesn't make it right and that doesn't make it wrong. But then I started to realize that I had to do something different. I had to learn something. I had to process. I had to heal. I had to. And so that's what started me down this journey. And so whatever you're feeling right now is right for you. That's the first thing I really need you to believe. I need you to believe there is nothing wrong with the emotions and the thoughts that are rolling around in your head, because I have felt them and thought them too, and many others are right now. That is the biggest thing you need to start to believe. Maybe you don't believe that 100% right now, and that's okay. But if I can just put that thought in your head that maybe there's nothing actually wrong with me, that is going to be a first beautiful step forward. Because if you are believing that there is something majorly wrong with you, that's going to stop you from even taking the tiniest step forward. So I challenge you to just sit back and really think about how I'm telling you. And if you don't believe it because I am telling you. And I promise you that there are thousands of other people in this exact same situation that feel the exact same thing that you do. And there is a way through it. There is a way through it. And that is what we are going to work on during this 30-day challenge. Okay? So take some time today and really find some sort of a thought process. Maybe this is going to feel like a major waste of time. I challenge you to do it anyway and repeat to yourself that I am worthy. Or if that doesn't resonate with you, I know that really resonated with me. I had to really struggle with the feeling of worthiness. I am worthy of my time with the horses. I am worthy of happiness. I am worthy of taking time for me because I felt worthless in so much of this. And that's the really hard part, is to really starting to believe how worthy you are of love and happiness and healing and your horses. And that doesn't mean that your life that you have, your children, your job, they aren't important. Of course they are. But there is more to you than just that. You are allowed to seek happiness in more than just your family. And when I thought that, I felt guilty for thinking that. I felt like I should be just fine and be just happy enough with being surrounded by my beautiful children. But it's okay to feel like you need more. That's okay, and it's wonderful. I am worthy of my happiness. I am worthy of my time. I am worthy of healing. I am worthy of exploring these emotions. Take any of those, something that really resonates with you, that kind of makes your heart squeeze up. Maybe it makes your head hurt a little bit when you hear it because you know that that's something that you're struggling with, and write it down. I don't care where you write it down. Write it down on the back of your hand so you can see it frequently. Put it on your fridge. Put it on your mirror in your bathroom. I don't really care. Write it down somewhere to start helping you believe that you are worthy of this challenge. I don't want your ego. I don't want that little voice inside of your head trying to stop you, to protect yourself from whatever you think is going to happen through this challenge. Because healing isn't always, rainbows and fairy dust. I don't believe that this is going to be anything traumatic. That's not my goal here with you guys for these next 30 days. But when we're dealing with these kind of emotions, the anger, the fear, the resentment, the depression, all of that kind of stuff, your ego, and a lot of people have a hard time with the word ego. But when you really understand what your ego is that part of you that is created to protect you. And your ego is what puts up those walls around your mind and your heart to not feel those things, to not think about those things, to protect you either from yourself or from others. And your ego is going to come into play during these next 30 days. And starting to believe in yourself and repeating that you are worthy of, fill in the blank there, your happiness, your healing, you're worthy of joy, you're worthy of, fill in the blank there. And when you start believing that, your ego is going to start realizing that what we're going to be doing these next 30 days is to actually empower you And your ego is going to start quieting down a little bit, and it's going to make this process a little bit easier for you. So today I'm also going to be attaching a document, and it's going to have a whole bunch of emotions on there, because sometimes when we get started on all of this, it can be really hard to really understand what we're feeling. It can be really hard to actually put that feeling word out there in the universe, because maybe we've been burying them for so long. We don't know exactly what we feel. We know we feel yucky. We know we feel unhappy. We know we feel miserable, but maybe we don't really understand why. And so I've attached a word sheet here, and I want you just to take some time to read through it. And any of the words, the emotion words that you see, that really kind of resonate with you, I want you to like highlight it, circle it, whatever. And even better yet, I want you to write down in what it relates to. So let's say one of the words is, let's go with anger. You could highlight anger, circle anger, and be like, I'm angry because I never get out to my horses, or I'm angry because there's never enough time in the day. I'm angry because whatever. And that's just going to help you start to allow your brain more space to actually start with the healing work, the good fun stuff. Because when your brain is full of all this negative stuff and not understanding it, it's going to fill up the majority of your headspace, and it's going to make it kind of really hard to focus on the good stuff. And so while I don't want you like getting stuck in the yuck, right? Getting stuck in the mucky, yucky, whatever you want to call it. When you get it out on paper, it's going to start allowing more room for other things. So that is your homework for today. Print this off, print off the sheet, highlight, circle. If you can, write a description. And I would really, really recommend that you take time to use one of those emotion words that you're struggling with. And whether you want to include the reason why you're feeling it or not, write it in the comments of this post. Okay. This group is a community. I can't create this community. I need you guys to help me create this to be a trusting and open and a beautiful community. And I really challenge you to be brave and just open yourself up just a sliver, and share an emotion that you're struggling with. Just one, just one. Or if you feel led to, share a bunch, but at least just one. And at the same time, share some love with the other people that are going to be taking the time to do the same. Because when we all come together during this challenge to grow and heal, we're going to be sending all of this positive energy towards each other. And it's really going to help build an amazing feeling of empowerment. And the more that we can share and lift each other up through this, the greater your experience is, I promise. But this takes more than just me. And this takes a community. And so basically what I'm saying is this takes you too. And I know it's hard and I know it's scary, but this is a safe place. Okay. I am so happy again that you are here with me for this 30-day challenge, and I cannot wait to talk to you again tomorrow.